Today, Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar will give lecture on the air cargo revenue management, how the revenue management in the air cargo is done. And this is the study on the air cargo revenue management. This is the thesis submitted for the degree of the Doctor of Philosophy, Department of Industrial and System Engineering, National University of the Singapore, 2010. This is the study of the air cargo revenue management. The table of the contents are the air cargo industry backgrounds. Air cargo revenue management versus passenger revenue management. Motivation of the study. Objective and scope. Organization. Literature review. Airline passenger revenue management. Air cargo revenue management. Qualitative overview. Overbooking, short-term booking control, long-term booking control, air cargo booking control in the spot market. Primly framework, problem description, a utopia formulation, large scale MIP. A discrete time, Markov chain formulation with the bid price control policy. Phase 1, evolvement of the cumulative weight and the volume. Phase 1, evolvement of the expected revenue. Phase 2, optimizing control parameters. Numerical analysis, long-term capacity control in the contract market. Introduction and the problem description. Long-term capacity allocation problem. Preliminary and the business model. Forwarders problem, airlines problem. Long-term capacity allotment under the linear file. Forwarders problem, airlines problem. Numerical experiments. Integration of the short-term and long-term revenue models. Integration of the capacity control in the spot market and the contract market. Several issue in the integrated model. Contract rate, backlog or purchase, additional capacity. Conclusion and the future research. Main finding, suggestion for the future research. Summary, this thesis study air cargo revenue management problem in the spot market and the long-term market. First, we consider a single leg air cargo booking control problem on the spot market. The booking process is modeled as a discrete time Markov chain, and the airline's decision on the accepting, rejecting booking request is based on a bid price control policy. To avoid the complexity of the high dimensionality, the bid price are derived from the maximizing a reward function of the Markov chain. Numerical experiment show that the proposed model outperforms two existing booking control policy. Second, we study the capacity allocation problem in long-term market, in which one airline serves and forwarders. We propose a capacity building policy to mitigate the negative impact of a seasonal imbalance between the supply and the demand, and model the problem as a Stackelberg game. Numerical experiments show that the CBP can increase the airline's expected profit and reduce the risk under certain conditions. Last, we integrate the FF2 models and propose a conceptual framework for an air cargo revenue management system. These are the list of the table technical data of the Boeing 747, parameters of the demand distribution, profit rate, and corresponding probability of the cargo, demand rates of the different simulation run, simulation results under different demand capacity ratio, the parameter used in the numerical experiment, the coefficient of variation used in the experiment 4 and 5. List of the figure, market structure in the air cargo industry, 3 transition in the booking process, transition diagram of the capacity and expected revenue, surface of the expected revenue with respect to the bid prices, flow chart for the step 1 of the simulation, flow chart for step 2 of the simulation, histogram of the difference between the revenue A and B, histogram of the difference between revenue of A and the FCAB, surface with the demand capacity ratio equal to 1, surface with the demand capacity ratio equal to 5. Flow chart of the long-term capacity allocation model, the flow chart of the procedure in the experiment 1, the optimal A and the percentage improvement under the different SM in the experiment 1. The optimal A under the different SM in the 3 experiment. The percentage improvement under the different SM in the 3 experiment. The optimal A under the different CV in the 3 experiment. The percentage improvement under the different CV in the 3 experiment. The effect of the capacity bundling policy on the risk. The effect of the CPP on the standard deviation of the profit, function of the Markovian model, function of the long-term capacity allocation model, the flow chart of the integrated model. Rapid globalization and the intense competition has resulted in a steady increase in air cargo traffic in the recent year. According to the forecasting from the Boeing, world air cargo traffic will increase by 5.8% annually in following 20 years, increasing from 193.6 billion revenue ton kilometer in 2007 to more 595.9 billion RTK in the 2027. As demand for the air cargo shipment grows, effective management of the cargo space becomes crucial. Revenue management has its roots in selling the airline seats. In the past decades, revenue management had drawn great attention from both scholars and the industry partner, and its application in the airline industry has been a considerable success, particularly with the proliferation of the internet booking system. All lines continue modifying the model of the revenue management system in order to enhance their revenue. In contrast, research in the air cargo revenue management is still in its infancy. Only of the few major carriers practice some form of the cargo revenue management, and even in these cases, the systems are not comparable in sophistication with to the revenue management system of the passenger seat. Therefore, there is a need to increase knowledge in the air cargo revenue management. In this thesis, we propose two revenue management techniques for air cargo capacity management. In particular, we developed an optimal bid price control policy based on the Markov model to the control short-term capacity allocation, and we propose a capacity building policy to manage the long-term capacity allotment. In addition, a conceptual framework which integrates the two models to form a revenue management system is the proposed. To develop a successful air cargo revenue management system, a thorough understanding of the air cargo industry is must made. Then in the following section, I will introduce the market structure, characteristics, and major problem of the air cargo industry. Air cargo industry breakdown. According to Hellman, the players in the air cargo industry can be divided into three groups: asset provider, shipper, and the intermediate. Asset provider are the suppliers that offer airport-to-airport transport and operate physical assets, e.g. aircraft that provide the air cargo capacity. They are represented by companies such as Lufthansa Cargo AG, Air France Cargo, and the Singapore Airlines Cargo. Shippers are the senders of the air freight. Shippers can be large manufacturers such as HP, Dell, IBM, etc., or company that sell perishable products such as flowers, apparels, etc. Normally, shippers don't send freight directly to asset provider. For the major part of the periods, shipper leave it to the intermediary to organize and perform transportation. These intermediaries can be freight forwarding company that operate trucks to cover door to airport and airport to door section of the air cargo transportation. Besides, intermediary also provide other value-added services like cargo consolidation, packing, and even third-party logistics. Typically, the capacity for air cargo transportation is sold on the two bases, Slager and the Kabjan 2004. Granted capacity contract is agreement between the airlines and customer involving the granted capacity, defined in weight and volume on a specific flight weekday. Free sale and no capacity guarantee, usually based on the specific orders. Airlines can accept a booking request or reserve the space for a more profitable booking that may arrive in the future. The market structure in the air cargo industry in the in the figure. Spot market, forwarder 1, forwarder 2, forwarder n. Airline, free sale, granted capacity contract, shippers, contract market. According to Hellman, it is a standard industry practice that the air freight cargo for the forwarders long-term capacity agreement upfront. In particular, forwarders order certain capacity between a certain origination distance pair in a certain time period to resell the capacity to the shipper. The price per unit capacity under the long-term contract is a contracted, which is usually determined based on the negotiation between the forwarder and the airline. The long-term contract is often signed months before the departure of the flight. Forwarders will decide the order quantity in the long-term contract according to the forecasting of the future demand. The order quantity in the long-term capacity agreement is also granted capacity if the actual demand is less than the order quantity. The forwarder has to pay contract rate or used capacity and penalty rate for the unused capacity. If the actual demand is larger than the order quantity, part of the demand will be lost, but no penalty is incurred. Usually, the penalty rate is a fraction of the contracted. This market is called contract market, and the majority of the capacity in air cargo industry is sold on this market. Forwarders benefit from the signing capacity agreement because they can lock in certain capacity in the future, especially in those products with high demand from the shippers. The airline benefits from the signing capacity agreement because it can reduce the capacity utilization risk, increase load factor, and attract more forwarders. Also, long-term capacity arrangement can be viewed as a hedge against the uncertainty in cargo rate for the both airlines and the forwarder, and thus successfully reduce the fluctuation of the revenue in the industry. In addition, long-term capacity agreement will improve the communication and information sharing between airlines and the forwarder, and thus increase the efficiency in the industry. Besides selling capacity to the forwarders via a long-term capacity agreement, airlines can be also sell capacity directly on the spot market, unlike contract market in which the capacity is sold several months before the departure. The demand is spot market usually arrives several days before departure. Most of the customers on spot market are shippers and forwarders. They need emergency capacity. Therefore, the spot rate is expected to higher than contracted. Forwarders can purchase additional capacity on the spot market.